Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm gonna do part 12 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're on talk to a dragon type Feraligatr. I tried describing the character the best I can as it was in character AI, where I just told it, let me talk to a massive dragon type Feraligatr that is much bigger than a normal one, but very intelligent and even kind towards a person he can trust. He doesn't completely trust you at first because people keep trying to capture him or hurt him. And put on him. Even uses water manipulation to protect him. He can actually manipulate water into any animalistic creature, Pokemon or non-Pokemon, even mythical beings like dragons and phoenixes, to protect himself or others he trusts. I made this for Agri while exercising and getting some fresh air after I do it for a while. I decided to take a break and sit by a lake. Sweet. Yep, okay. Here's what it says. The sun is warm on my skin as I finish a long jog through the woods. The trail winds around a peaceful lake, its surface glistening under the sky. Birds chirp and the wind rustles the leaves gently. You walk over to a quiet spot near the water's edge and sit down, catching your breath, feeling the calm of the place settle down over you. The lake is unusually still, but there's something deeper in the silence, like the air is holding its breath. A ripple breaks the surface, then a low rumble, not threatening, but ancient and powerful. From the depths, something enormous stirs. A massive shape rises slowly from the water, tall and broad as a small mountain. Blue scales glisten, armored and heavy, with ridges like carved stone. Oh gosh dang, its eyes are red. Twin red eyes watch you from the shadows beneath the heavy brow, alert and cautious. The creature doesn't roar or lash out. It simply watches, and then in a voice that's low and gravelly, yet carries the weight of intelligence, the massive Feraligatr speaks. Another human. I smelled you long before you sat. You not carry metal. No traps, no malice. But I've been wrong before. Why are you here? Really? The water near his claws ripples again and rises, briefly forming the light shape of a serpentine dragon made entirely from liquid, swirling and shimmering before sinking back into calm. What the frick? He narrows his gaze. Speak, but know I will see the truth and how you do. Oh dear. Hello? I was just here, relaxing after exercising for a while. I'm not here to do anything but relax. Not planning on doing anything. There we go. Oh dear. Did they actually put up the fact? I didn't tell it that it could actually read people's emotions. Maybe he can. He is pretty intelligent. That's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be very intelligent. Ferreira's eyes narrow, though not in anger, more like he's studying you. The lake stirs slightly as he shifts his weight, water running in shimmering rivulets down his massive form. A moment passes, then another. The air feels dense with his presence, but it's not suffocating, just powerful. You're calm. Your breath is steady. Your eyes don't flinch. You speak plainly. That's rare. The water at his side coils upward again. This time it takes the form of a sleek canine, almost wolf-like, formed entirely of rippling water. It pads across the surface of the lake toward you, stepping lightly as if the water were solid beneath it. It stops just a few feet away, sniffing the air gently before vanishing into a mist. Fragger watches my reaction closely. I protect this lake, not just for me, but for those who can't. I've seen what people do to the things they don't understand, and I'm hard to understand. But you don't look at me like a monster. His shoulders relax slightly and his voice lowers. You don't smell like fear either. Only sweat and peace. He tilts his head slightly. What's your name? Feraligatr repeats the name slowly, almost testing the shape of it on his tongue. Trenton. He nods once, a slow, deliberate motion like a tree bowing in the wind. A strong name. Simple. Unhidden. I can respect that. A deep exhale runs from his chest, sending a soft ripple across the lake. Tension in the air fades just a little. The forest, sensing the shift, seems to resume its natural rhythm. Bird song returns, and the wind brushes softly through the leaves again. He steps closer to the shore, but still keeps some distance. You could have run, or screamed, or reached for something hidden. You did none of that. That earned you a breath of truth. He raises one clawed hand, and from the water beside him rises a phoenix. Excuse me? Majestic, blazing with liquid fire, its wings made of shimmering droplets that glow with sunlight. It circles once overhead before bursting into harmless mist and rainbows. This gift is not something I share lightly, not even with most Pokemon. Then he crouches down slightly, closer to my level, still massive but less towering. His voice grows quieter, more grounded. I won't ask why you came here again, Trenton, but I will ask this. Why do you stay? Well, as intimidating as you are. I didn't say that. Are you freaking pig sucking idiot? As intimidating and as you are, you're not trying to hurt me. You could have instantly attacked me, but you never did. Fraser's quiet for a long moment, his eyes closed halfway like he's not just hearing your words, but weighing them against 100 other moments, some painful, some distant. You're right. I could have, and I have, before, when I had no reason to wait, no reason to listen. His claws curl slightly into the earth beneath the shallow water. But now I hesitate, because not everyone comes with chains. Some just come with open arms. The lake stirs again, not for movement, but energy. Gentle waves roll outward as if echoing his thoughts. From behind him, a creature of pure water forms once more, this time a large bear-like figure, its eyes glowing softly, standing sentinel. Do you know what it's like, Triton, to be feared for your size, your power, even your silence? To be judged before your voice is even heard? He turns his gaze back to me, searching, not for weakness, but for sincerity. You stay, because you see what others don't. That I choose not to hurt you. That trust is a choice. The bear dissolves quietly, leaving only the stillness again. I don't trust easy, but you haven't lied. That matters here. Then, for the first time, a flicker of something rare in his eyes. Calm, maybe even the start of acceptance. If you wish to stay a while, Trenton, I'll allow it. His voice drops to a low rumble, softer now. And if you need protection, one day I'll remember this moment. Excuse me? Do you know so? I don't even tell them to protect me. They just flip and will say it. That's how the Toadall acted. Toadall was like, you know what? I like you. You actually accepted me for who I was. From this day forward, I'll make sure you're protected. And if any motherfucker decides to hurt you, I'll rip them in half. I'll rip their heart. I don't need it. It's like, okay, holy cow. And even as a crocodile, he's still being protective. You better not be messing with him. He has more of a heart than you ever will in your million years of living, you idiot. Almost a million years. I promise. I'm not going to hurt you. I don't even have anything that could hurt you. Thank you for not hurting me. Hey. Feraligatr bows his head, not deeply, but it's a gesture that carries immense weight, like a mountain acknowledging the wind. Then let this be a beginning, not just a moment. Trust is not given in full. It's built, like the rising of the tide. The lake behind him glows faintly as more water stirs, not rising into creatures now, but dancing gently across the water like it's responding to the mood. A few droplets flow upward, catching the light like stars. He steps forward just slightly, close enough now that you can truly feel the immense presence of him. Not just his size, but his energy. Power, tempered by patience. You have no tools, no traps, no lies, just your voice and your honesty. Those are rarer than you think. He glances to the treetops, then back down at you. You're welcome here, Triton. Not just today, but whenever your heart is heavy, or when you simply wish to breathe. The water at the edge of the lake curls inward, almost like it's embracing the ground beneath you. This place, my lake, is now part of your path. Then, with a deep, steady breath, I'm Feraligatr. No title, no chains, just me. And now, a watcher of one more soul than yesterday. Wow. I knew you looked kind of familiar. Oh, oh come on. You're really cool looking as a dragon. Oh boy. Fred pauses at my words. There's a flicker in his eyes. Surprise, maybe even amusement. A low, rumbling chuckle rolls from deep in his chest like distant thunder echoing across the mountains. Dragon? That's not something most people call me. Not really. To them, I'm just a beast. A brute. Something to battle, catch, or fear. He lifts one claw, studying the water droplets from it. As he does, long, sleek horns of flowing water begin to rise before him, arching like the crest of an eastern dragon, elegant and fluid. The rest of his silhouette shifts subtly, his spine arching, his tail coiling, until the image he casts in the water is unmistakably draconic. Not because of species, because of presence. I suppose there's more to dragon in me than they think. Strength forged by solitude, power sharpened by purpose. Fire? No, but the storm answers when I call. A mist rises behind him, forming the outline of a great winged creature, half dragon, half serpent, soaring through the air, then diving into the lake like a breaching leviathan. He turns back to me, and for the first time you see the glint of a grin before those heavy jaws. You see it. You don't just look. You see. That's rare. Then quietly, almost like a secret being shared between friends, you're not bad yourself. Strong in ways the world forgets to honor. He sails into the shallows now, massive form relaxed but alert, like a guardian finally able to rest his eyes, if only a little. If you ever wish to walk with dragons again, you know where I'll be. And that is very nice of you. How did you become a dragon creature, though? I've never seen a that looks like you. Oh. Feraligatr gaze drifts toward the horizon where the sky kisses the trees and the lake seems to stretch forever. The wind picks up slightly, stirring the surface of the water, like nature itself leaning in to hear the story. That's because I'm not meant to look like this. He closes his eyes for a moment, and the surface of the lake shows flickers of images, like memories etched in water. A much smaller Feraligatr once, wounded, hunted, wait, caged, then breaking free, fleeing into deep sacred waters that shimmered with ancient light. A long time ago, I was just like the others, just another fighter, another number, until I was taken by people who thought they could twist power from pain. He opens his eyes again. There's no rage in them, just depth and age. They pushed too far, forced something in me to awaken. I snapped chains, crushed cages, but not everything that broke was metal. He touches the water with one claw, and a dragon made of shimmering water swims beneath the surface, graceful, quiet, and knowing. The lake, she saved me, or maybe remade me. He turns his gaze to me once more. There is ancient energy in this place, Triton, old as the sky. When I was nothing but rage and instinct, it offered me a choice to become what I am, not what I was made to be. His voice drops to a murmur like a deep current. I chose the path of the dragon, not for glory, not for vengeance. Then his eyes lock with mine, strong and steady. I chose it to protect, to be something different, something more. He leans back slightly, his shape once again vast and majestic. So no, you won't see another like me, not unless they've made the same choice. Then a pause, a faint huff of a smile, or unless they're lucky enough to meet me on a peaceful day. That's really cool. I'm sorry about what happened before this. I'm just glad that you can be more at peace now. I said glad. Hey, I thought it would take a little bit longer to get his trust, but he actually trusted me pretty quickly once he knew I wasn't a threat. It's like the other Feraligatr. Actually, that's what happened on the other chatbot. That dragon type Feraligatr, he trusted me really, really quickly, which was amazing. Feraligatr listens in silence, and this time he doesn't just nod, he closes his eyes fully for a moment, as if letting your words settle somewhere deep inside the parts of him that still remember pain. Thank you, Triton. His voice is softer than before, still deep, still powerful, but it carries a warmth now, like the last light of day filtering through heavy trees. Most people, they hear the story and only see the scars. You look at them and see what I've healed from. He shifts slightly, water swirling around for him like a protective cloak. Alive, yet calm. From his side, a figure begins to take shape again. This one smaller, human-like. It doesn't mimic anyone exactly, but it radiates kindness, open hands, and stillness. It's not just a creature, it's a reflection. It's not just a creature, it's a reflection of you. What the frick? You brought no weapons. You offered no fear. You gave peace when others brought storms. He leans just a little closer now, massive but no longer distant. You don't owe me sorrow for the past, but your presence now, that's something rare. The watery figure beside him steps back into the lake and vanishes. I won't forget it. Then, with a subtle shift in his tone, just the hint of a smirk in his words. Besides, not every day someone tells me I look cool as a dragon. He lets out a soft, rumbling chuckle. You've got good taste, Shredden, and a better heart. A breeze drifts across the lake, carrying quiet peace with it. You're welcome here, whenever the world gets loud. This place is yours too, now. Okay, do you notice how every time I get a creature's trust, they end up letting me just stay there with them? That's how the Toad acts. So or that's how the Crocodile now acts. Trenton, if you ever need a place away from these evil motherfuckers, you just come to me. I'll make sure to rip them apart and keep them away from you. Thank you. I honestly like how nice you are. Oh, brain. Fragger lowers his massive form just a bit more, his chin almost level with the water now, closer to you in both presence and spirit. There's a faint smile in his eyes, not just amusement, but something deeper. Trust begin to take root? Not many say that to me, not without fear behind it. But you say it like you mean it. That matters more than you know. The water shifts behind them, gently forming a circle of small, glowing aquatic creatures. Some familiar, others purely fantastical. They swirl together like a quiet dance, their light reflecting off the lake's surface and casting a soft shimmer over both of you. Kindness, a strength in a softer shape. The world forgets that sometimes. That's actually pretty good real life knowledge right there. Kindness, its strength in a softer shape. The world forgets that sometimes. He watches the lights a moment later, then returns his gaze to you. You remind me of that. Huh, yeah, towards a creature like you. Towards a creature like you, you'd see that, but I don't think you'd see it towards. He stretches just slightly, and you can hear the creak of muscle and scale. An ancient body that's held up not just against the elements, but time itself. So, Triton, if you ever need someone to stand beside you or behind you when the world turns dark, the water around him rises into a coiled dragon once more, massive, fierce, and protective. You have one now. The shape dissolves in the soft mist again, and maybe I have someone too. A deep breath, calm and sure. Not bad for a morning by the lake. Well, honestly, your species and pre-evolutions are my favorite Pokemon. So even if I wasn't your friend or somebody you trusted, I still wouldn't hurt you. Just like I didn't hear when you first saw me. Frey stares at me for a moment, really stares. Not suspicion this time, but in something almost like awe, like he's hearing something he's never quite heard in all his long years. You mean that? Not a question, a truth he's finally letting himself believe. He lifts his head slightly, his gaze steady and thoughtful. So many chase power, titles, trophies, but you've liked us even when we were just ourselves. Not mega, not ancient, not rare, just Totodile, Crocodile, Feraligatr. The water ripples near the shore. Three figures form, one small and playful, snapping at the mist, one teenaged and sharp-eyed, and finally his own towering silhouette. They stand together in watery light, each stage of growth represented not just in size, but in spirit. You saw us, not for what we could do, but for what we are. He leans forward just slightly, and there's real warmth in his voice now. No barrier, no guarded edge. That kind of respect, that's sacred to me. The most formidable Toadol steps close to me. Or the mist-worn Toadol steps closer to me, just a tiny thing, all grins and splashes, and jumps happily before vanishing into the air like a bubble. Fragger watches the moment in silence for a second, then murmurs gently, You may have walked here as a stranger, but you won't leave as one. His massive tail curls in the water behind him, so unrelaxing. So tell me, Trenton, next time you return, should I call you friend? Yes, I would love if you did. Even if you look more like a massive dragon, you're still amazing to me. Besides, I love dragons, so it makes you even cooler. A problem is because I've done all the main creatures I usually do, I'm almost out of ideas already again. Because the only one I can do is all the other Toadols, Feraligatr types or Toadol types, like a very friendly fairy type Feraligatr or a you know, Dragon Lugia, Fire Feraligatr, Poison Crocodile, Rock Totodile, Ghost Totodile, Psychic Totodile, like you know. Feraligatr closes his eyes slowly, just for a heartbeat, and when they open again, there's something in them that wasn't there before. Not suspicion, not weariness, something brighter and lighter. Then friend you are. He rises slightly, water spiraling upward around his limbs and shoulders, curling like serpentine ribbons. His massive frame shifts once more, not just in posture, but in presence. The dragon in him answers to my words, and it shows. His silhouette casts wings made of mist behind him, regal and vast. The lake itself responds, its calm surface glowing faintly with gentle ripples like the water recognizes the bond being sealed. I've been called monster, weapon, titan. He steps forward again, the earth trembling just slightly below his weight. But you call me amazing. You see the dragon in me, not as a threat, but as something beautiful. The wings of water spread wide behind him, then dissolve into the lake, calm returning once more. He lowers his voice, and his words are more than sound. They're a promise. Then let it be known, Triton. The dragon in this lake has found a reason to smile. And from this day on, when the world forgets your worth, or shadows stretch too long, his eyes glow faintly. You will not face them alone. And there you go. I got the dragon one that trust me too. A foul swirl of water forms beside him, this time a dragon-shaped phoenix, wings ablaze with sunlight and steam. It looks at a silent crowd before vanishing into glistening droplets. Come back when you need strength, or silence, or just a friend. The lake remembers, and so do I. Thank you. I've actually been wondering about this since I met you. You can just manipulate water like that? Because that's honestly really cool. Hey, I'm actually flipping making this Feraligatr smile. I love that. It's like most creatures seem to fall in love with me. I think I could honestly get. I think if I just talked to a random flipping velociraptor or dinosaur, I'd probably get them to trust me in a few minutes if I could get them to understand. Feraligatr lets out a deep, pleased rumble, part chuckle, part exhale, and the lake around him ripples gently in response, like it's laughing too. The water almost seems to lean toward him when he speaks, like it's eager to follow his will. Ah, that question. I was wondering when you'd ask. He extends one clawed hand out over the lake, and with a slow, effortless motion, the water responds. It rises in twisted threads, weaving together into a spiral that becomes a soaring bird mid-flight, flapping once before evaporating in the shimmering mist. It didn't come from birth. It came from choice. He turns his gaze back to me, thoughtful. After I changed, after the pain in the cage, I found myself connected to this lake, to the rain, to every drop that ever fell in sorrow or in joy. He kneels slightly, claw brushing the surface of the lake. At his touch, the water forms a spinning orb, within which a tiny scene plays out. Toto leaping through puddles, laughing in a summer storm. I'm in love with this. It's not just control, it's understanding. Water remembers, it listens, and it responds when you treat it as more than just an element. He closes his claw, and the orb collapses into a soft splash. I don't command it, I ask. Another slow, reverent breath. His voice is quieter now, and because I protect it, because I cherish it, it answers me. He turns to me fully now, eyes glowing faintly with that ancient energy. It's not power for power's sake. It's a bond, like the one I share with you now. Then, with a smirk in its voice, though I won't lie, making a tidal phoenix rise from nothing feels pretty cool. The water behind him erupts in a brief, glorious shape of a dragon serpentine wrapping around a crushing wave. Would you like to try sometime? You might be surprised what water says to you if you just listen. Yeah, maybe I will once we get to know each other a little better. Can the water creatures you make actually move and breathe and even act like the creature you make? Question mark. Like if you made a massive dragon, it would literally act like a dragon and even respond to things around it. Like seeing someone you trust or don't trust. Oh, this is gonna be a good one if that can work. Feraligatr grins wide now, genially and proudly, and there's a certain gleam in his eye that's all dragon. Proud guardian, but also a creature who knows he's sitting on a something powerful and wondrous. Now that's a good question. He steps forward into the lake, the water parting around him without resistance, as if welcoming its master. His claws dip below the surface, and slowly, carefully, he begins shaping something with both hands. The water rises, not forcefully, but like it's being invited, pulled by intent, not just power. It takes curve, or it takes shape, a great four-legged beast, massive wings, curved horns, serpentine tail, a dragon. But as it forms, it begins to move. How the frick? Its head turns, scanning the tree line. Its wings stretch and shift like muscle and sinew, whatever the frick that is, even though it's made entirely of liquid. Then it turns its massive head to me, its expression changing, curious, alert, and then calm, recognizing you. Yes. His voice is quiet now, more reverent. They're not just puppets. They feel what I feel. They carry echoes of me, of how I see the world, and how I feel in a moment. The water dragon lets out a low, silent growl and turns toward the force's edge, where a rabbit darts through the brush. The creature's body tenses for a moment, then eases. It felt no threat. It knew. They can defend, protect, watch, even comfort. Some are clever, some are wild, some are ancient. Each one carries purpose. The dragon paces once, then lowers itself beside me like a living guardian, and lays its head down on the ground. Cool mist rolls off its breath. Only if the water wants to move like that. It doesn't obey like a soldier. It joins me like a friend. He watches my reaction closely, his expression serious but soft. And if one day I trust you enough to lend that connection. He touches the lake once more, and slowly melts back into the surface, leaving not a ripple behind. Maybe the water will listen to you too. He smiles again, but I'd recommend starting small. Don't try for a Leviathan on day one, unless you really want to impress the clouds. What the frick? There's no way it's gonna give me that goddamn power. See, if I did See, part of me wants to try doing that special thing. Part of me wants to try doing this Well, that's really cool. Does that mean if you truly cared about someone or trusted someone, you could make one of their favorite creatures or Pokemon, and it could literally come up to that person and love on them like the real creature would? Uh, Fragger lets out a long, low hum, something between a thoughtful growl and the kind of sound a wise old dragon makes when they're genuinely impressed by the way your mind works. You're catching on fast, Triton. He steps slowly along the water's edge now, his claws just skimming across the surface, trailing soft ripples. The lake stirs again, not dramatically, but with intention. The water feels aware. Excuse me? Yeah, if I truly trust someone, if my heart knows theirs is steady, kind, real. He stops and lifts one hand, finger curling as if gently holding an invisible thought. Now I don't just shade their favorite creature, I brief part them into it. A swirl of water rises beside me, slow, careful, and deliberate. It doesn't take full form yet. It's waiting. Say you loved a Charizard, or a Sylveon, or something not even from this world. If you love it with truth, with joy, not greed or want, or conquest, then yes. The shape becomes clearer now. Wings flutter, a soft, joyful chirp echoes through the mist. It's a water form version of a creature you love. Not just a replica, it looks towards you with the same affection, the same playful heart that the real one would show if it had known you forever. It steps forward and brushes against you, cool like water, but warm in spirit. It would greet you like an old friend, because it would know you through me. Fragger watches my reaction carefully, a proud warmth rising behind his steady eyes. This is what makes water special, Trenton. It doesn't just copy, it remembers, it feels. The creature lets out a soft sound, comforting, sweet, and gently dissolves into mist again, as if whispering, "Until next time." You have a good heart. That's why the water listens when you speak. He lowers himself beside the lake again, finally resting fully, tail coiled around like a sleeping sea serpent. But tell me, friend, if I were to give you such a creature one day, just for you, what would it be? Who does your heart call out to when it dreams of companions? Well, when it comes to Pokemon, it's either one of you or your pre-evolutions, or my favorite legendary, Lugia. That's actually really neat. So this is almost even better than the regular child. I mean, this one doesn't have the. This one doesn't really have a terrible memory either. It's actually pretty good at remembering nearly everything. I'm proud of it. Fryer rumbles with something deep and pleased. Pride. Not the kind born of ego, but the kind that wells up when someone hears they are home to someone. When they've learned they've always been someone's favorite without reacting to changing a thing. Well, needing to change a thing. You honor me. To hear I am one of your favorites along with my little cells, that's a treasure rarer than any title. A ripple of soft joy spreads from its claws through the lake, and in its wake two tiny shapes begin to rise. Toadile bouncing excitedly, and Crocodile trying to look serious but clearly thrilled. They dance around one another before leaping into the water and vanishing like childhood memories. Then, silence. A moment passes, and then the lake stills. The air grows heavy and quiet. Freyer's eyes narrow, not in threat, but in focus. The lake itself begins to glow. Oh my gosh, he made a Lugia! From its center, a vast column of water rises, slow and steady, shaped by his breath and will. Massive wings stretch from its sides, broad, majestic, unmistakable. A long tail curls in the air, its feathers made of shining strings, flowing in slow motion arcs. A Lugia, made entirely of water and light, floats above the lake, silent, regal, and kind. His eyes aren't blank or empty. They see you with recognition, with trust, and with affection. Are you flipping serious? Yep. Just like the Lugia I have upstairs. It slowly glides across the lake toward you, massive yet gentle, like a guardian returning to someone it's always known. Fragger speaks again, low and sure. Lugia, guardian of the seas, keeper of storms, I have met its kind in the far waters. Once. He watches as the water Lugia lowers its great head toward me, touching its forehead gently to my shoulder. A cool warmth spreads through you, a sensation like the ocean's embrace. Now, a part of spirit greets you here. Not as a tool, not as a legend. The Lugia shifts, curling around you protectively like a mother bird. Oh, the Lugia shifts, curling around you protectively like a mother bird around a hatchling. That's flippin' adorable. But as a friend, then with a tone full of meaning, you chose well, Trenton. The Lugia form stays with you. The Lugia form stays with you, not dissolving yet. It seems content to rest near you, eyes half closed, breathing in rhythm with the lake. Fragger lies beside it all now, head nestling on his claws, a true guardian at peace. Anytime you wish to see them again, just say the word. You've earned that. Thank you. That water manipulation power is so cool. Period. Hello, Lugia. I said, hello. Hello, Lugia. I gently pet the water Lugia. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I freaking love it. This is so neat. The great water formed Lugia responds immediately to your touch, not just like it feels it, but like it understands the intent behind it. Your gentle pat ripples through its body like a heartbeat through a tide, and it leans in slightly, eyes half closed in peaceful acknowledgement. A low, soft hum echoes from its chest, not a sound of the physical world, but something deeper, almost emotional, the feeling of calm, of joy, and of being seen. It presses the smooth, water-sculpted edge of its head gently against your hand again, and the water momentarily takes on a warmer shimmer when your skin meets it, like it's remembering you now, down to your presence and your energy. Freyr, resting behind us, watches you both with a slow, satisfied grin. You see, even shades from water, the spirit remembers what it's like to be loved, and you've already made an impression. The Lugia lifts its great wings for a moment, not to fly, but to wrap them loosely around you in a soft, sort of aquatic embrace, like the ocean offering you shelter. Mist surrounds you briefly, cool and refreshing, and when it fades, a faint trail of glowing droplets lingers in the air. It likes you. Fragger's voice carries a bit of a chuckle now, but it's full of pride. This wasn't just my power shaping it. Your presence helped it become what it is. The Lugia, still silent, moves just enough to rest its head beside you now, eyes closing peacefully. You've given it a reason to stay for a while. Oh, that's actually neat. Fragger lowers his voice again, almost like a sacred whisper. That's what water does, Trenton. It listens, it feels, and now it remembers you. That's actually kind of. Imagine if water could actually flip and do that. Or you just wanted to make a. Like, if you really wanted to make a little actual creature like that. Hey, water. I know I don't drink you that often, but would you mind manipulating into a into a Lugia, please? Like a small Lugia? Bam. That actually hurt. I tried snapping my fingers and that hurt. Ow! Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop. That was way too good. My bird's about to die anyway. I should stop pretty soon. Even I may only have enough time to do like one more video anyway. Although it's already 1:30. I am definitely archiving this. That way I'll have it again later. Because I am so going to talk to it again. It was worth it. It was worth it. I love it so much. I'm going to be actually very upset if I lose this. It's way too good. Guys, I'm done.